I'm about to record with my niece.
Ready.
Okay.
Okay. We're recording.
Okay. So, as you know, with this evaluation, it was a little difficult for me because there were certain areas that I felt like maybe I missed when it came to the video. Whereas when I had to go through the rubric, I had to give you the basic. So if you can kind of talk to me about the formative and summative piece, I know that I scored you basic, but can you walk me through what your thoughts were when it came to using the Freyer model all the way to Kahoot?
Okay, so the Freya model was what I was using as my formative assessment to see the students' knowledge and understanding. Um, I've noticed that we've been working all year and being challenged with vocabulary, and a lot of the students still aren't grappling with terminology. So that's why we did this exercise prior to really diving into the lesson. So I used the Freya model, which was for them to define the term, then provide an illustration or an algorithm to support the term. And so,
Sorry.
okay, so the purpose of the Freya model was to assist all levels of students with their order of thinking. I know some students are able to just define and move on, but I feel that some students struggle with the language and the comprehension piece. So I wanted to be able to use the sentence correctly and or to use the algorithm or the illustration to differentiate the curriculum for the study. So that was my formative assessment was to use
Okay.
and the Kahoot.
So
I'm sorry.
what was your how were you using that to get to Kahoot?
I was using that to get to the Kahoot because Kahoot was going to be them seeing the word on the board and for them to write the word in the top corner of their page and like section off the pages into blocks of 3 or 4, and then at the top of the corner of each block write the word, and then they were to illustrate, use the algorithm, give me the definition and or the sentence correctly in order to do the summative assessment to see the level of understanding. So what we did in support of that as well was each student was tasked with 2 words for the lesson, and then they were to share out and present. So during the
Okay.
presentation, Eminent and Veronica got up and they talked about their words and they described it, giving all 3 components so that their classmates could take notes. And that way they shared the responsibility of the work. So it was more independent work that they did less than the normal, but it was so that they can come together. That was my purpose, was for them to critically think about what it is they needed to understand so they can communicate it back to them.
Okay. Can you speak up just a little bit louder for me when you? Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
So yes, I
Yeah.
had them to present out, and that's why I wanted them to work more independently versus collectively as a
Mhm.
group because they were going to be sharing. So I wanted them to have the time to process. Because sometimes you need that moment just to, get your thoughts together, what you need to know in order to
Mhm.
share. So it really was more of if they asked me a question, I gave them some quick coaching or guidance more so than instruction because it was just developing terminology. I didn't think I needed to hover. So they asked me more of the questions than they were asking each other because I think each person was worried about finishing their task. So they really weren't doing a lot of talking.
Gotcha. So, based off of that explanation, I can definitely move my original score from basic to what is it, developing?
Proficient, I think.
Proficient?
Yeah.
Basic to proficient. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. Then look, I just know that.
Yeah, I
So
got
I
you.
can definitely move it. I can definitely move it to a proficient because that definitely wasn't translated well in the video, and like I said, I think that was due to the audio.
Okay.
It was kind of hard to hear sometimes what you were saying to students as well as what students were saying and sharing out. So it kind of got lost to like, okay, what was the purpose of this and how did it move us to, Kahoot? So thank you for explaining that. I do think that that is a perfect way to kind of use vocabulary in math. So I will be stealing that. Just letting you know. The website as well as using the Frayer model was very smart. Um, Going forward, that feedback piece, um, it is important. I know that you said you didn't want to hover over them, but it is important just to circulate around and kind of keep them on time and on task. You don't have a group that's um, bad with being on off task type of thing. They seem very invested in their work, but how can you um, just write little notes on sticky notes, right? To kind of keep them encouraged to keep going. So even though you may not physically be saying something, what is something that you can kind of leave on their desk as they're working for them to kind of read, get the feedback that they need and keep it moving? Because feedback is not always criticism, right? It's not always about what they're doing wrong. Sometimes it may be the feedback to empower them to keep going, things that they're doing right.
I
Okay,
agree.
so
And one of the things I did think about was because I do want to implement this more at the beginning of the year versus late in the year, like I am now. I'm seeing its importance. I've repeated a lot of terms and they're still not grappling. And when it comes to the evidence based writing that they're definitely going to need for PARC, they're going to need this stuff. So I'm going to create a checklist. And I think the checklist would be a great activity. So when they're doing this, I can put it out so that they're able to communicate and know where they're going. So they'll be on a time limit. So that way
mhm.
they can keep track, especially since they have the computer, they'll have a clock in there and they can figure out, okay, well, I spent this much time here, so now I should be moving on. And it's just more so that they do get class time in order for them to know what I want for them to do when they're not in class. Because obviously, this is a task that's going to take a lot of time. It's not something that they're going to just grasp, especially if it's more than 10 words. Because the textbook that I currently use, and it has 45 words for the whole year. So it could be something we can do piecework throughout the year, but definitely something we should be doing.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, I really agree with the feedback, especially with having something for them. And even if I had like a dry erase something that I could just write something on real quick or give them a comment, I think that's a definite way to give them some encouragement as well. So I agree with you on that.
Yeah. Yeah. As far as next steps, what instructional practices do you think, or should I be seeing in the next video?
In the next video, I actually planned for that one today, and we are going to be working on functions and actually diving in. I have cut out some questions that I should be asking students and having more dialogue. So I really want them to start opening up and getting comfortable with speaking and speaking loud enough so everyone can hear. I think that's an important factor. Some students tend to be more social, but when it comes to the academic piece, they're not as vocal. So I am going to make 3x5 task cards and have them out around the room and have each student go to the card and look at the card and then talk about it with a partner, but then for the partner and then to also share out to the group when we're done their thoughts about each piece to see if they came up with different ideas. So there's a section in the lesson called try it a different way. And I do like this section because it allows for the students to use the table to determine if the functions are if they're functions, excuse me. But I found an app online that allows you to do coordinate plots and for me to graph. So I'm going to have them to do that on the laptop and collaborate in Google Chat. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have them collaborate in Google Chat or in not Google Chat, but what's that? In Google Doc. And when
Okay.
they paste it, each person is going to do one, and them and their partner are going to be in a doc together, and they're going to see them on the
Have
same.
you crafted the questions already that you
Yes.
want each member to work on? Okay. And you have already kind of put that in Google Doc? Okay.
What I'm going to
One thing
do.
that I would
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say when having them collaborate on Google Doc,
Uh huh.
I would also be very clear in the directions.
Mhm.
You know how like if you and I are in Google Doc, it'll say, Nicole McGill typing,
Uh
or
huh.
it'll be like a cursor to show where we are. One way for you, even though you can always go back and see, who's edited what and who contributed to what,
Mhm.
I would tell them to type in different color font. So
Yes.
maybe Valerio can be, blue,
Hey, you got
Cindy
it
can be,
right.
I told you I was gonna get his name right. I told you I was gonna get his name right. Maybe he can be in blue while Cindy's in purple,
Mhm.
and as they're on the same doc, so that way they're clear about who is typing what, especially if they're not used to Google Doc. And a lot of times, I find that students are worried that the teacher's not gonna know who wrote what. You know what I'm saying? We're all in this, and they're not gonna know what, because when you submit, you're just submitting this one paper. You know what I mean? So, to assure them, you can always tell them, "Hey, go ahead and type in different colors, so that way everyone is accounted for."
I agree with that. That's a good idea because we have not used Google Doc before as a collaborative team, so this
Uh
is
huh.
something new for us. It may have a couple of scratches and edits, but I would definitely make sure to show that each student is going to make their own graph. They're going to put it on the table, and they're going to do collaboration, talking, but while typing exact stuff. I think it's important for them to be able to communicate and be able to write out what it is they need to say. So I will have a checklist. Your idea, I'm going to steal that. I'm going to make a
Okay.
checklist and guide them as to what they should be saying and answering as they go through it.
Okay. All right. So I would definitely be looking out for those small tidbits. Especially, I want you to not think about the lessons in isolation, right? Because the feedback that I give you from lesson one should definitely still be implemented come lesson seven. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Um, things that we discuss in lesson two should still definitely be seen in lesson five. Like, I definitely want you to see kind of like a span, or it should definitely kind of be measured linear. So I'm glad to know that you are taking those tidbits of like a rubric or a checklist, as well as student discourse, in ways that they can collaborate digitally. Sorry. Ways that they can collaborate digitally into effect. So I'll definitely be looking for that.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me or anything that you need from me?
Of course not. Probably on lesson 8. I will want to talk more this week about that because they're recording the spring break activities for us. So I need to get that recorded by the end of the week because I know that
Speak up a little bit louder.
I said I want to get some feedback on lesson 8 because lesson 8 is more about combining everything consistently throughout the whole lesson. So
Yeah.
I definitely want some feedback on how I should do that, but I have to do it this week. So if you could
Okay.
email it or text it to me, it doesn't have to be formal, but some things that I should be showing consistently throughout the whole video so that
Absolutely.
I can be successful.
Okay, I can definitely get you on that. I wanted to also kind of put a bug in your ear. I want to say I can't remember where it falls, but I know it's one of the last ones about like professional development.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Gathering all that stuff. I've been
Yeah.
working
Okay, you
on
have
that.
been?
Yeah, so
Okay,
I'm
great.
gonna actually create my presentation for spring break. I'm gonna do my leap things that I do for leap.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Yes.
do my PD stuff. I
Yes.
also have participated in a webinar with Luca Math. I'm gonna include that in there, and then the leadership. I am on our park committee. I'm on the music committee this year, so I'm doing different things within the building.
Perfect. If you can just start recording some of those meetings and um, record some of the meetings. You can even record like interviews with you and maybe like your leap leader, or interviews with you and other park committee people, even your administration, someone else, to kind of show like how you have personally kind of jumped into developing yourselves as a professional would
Mm-hmm.
be great as well too. So I'm glad that you've been working on that. I feel like we've talked about it before, but I'm glad that you are up on that, because a lot of people they'll be doing those things, but they aren't recording it, and they're not kind of honing in on the fact that you need this later on down the road. And then once later on down the road comes, they're like, oh crap, I don't have anything to show. So
Right.
I'm glad that you're pulling that together. Okay.
I sure am. Okay. Well, you have a good night.
All right. Thank you. We will
All
talk
right.
soon. And
Okay.
I'll try to send you that stuff before spring break.
Okay.
Okay.
Have a good one.
You
Bye bye.
too. Bye.